Hello, my name is Kent Field, and thank you for tuning into this YouTube channel, The Bible versus Opinions. God bless you in your search for the truth. While all people have opinions on many subjects, including the Bible and religion, not all opinions carry the same weight or value. For example, would you go to a plumber for his advice on brain surgery? Would you go to a mechanic for his advice on heart surgery? The point is, not all opinions carry the same weight or value on a particular subject. That's why I'm not offering you my mere opinion, but Bible answers alone. So here's the challenge. Are you open to learning beyond your current understanding and knowledge of the Bible? If so, then this channel is for you. If these studies have helped you to grow in your understanding of the Bible, or even life itself, please like and subscribe and share this channel with others so that they too may be challenged and grow in their understanding of the Scriptures.
Addresses that. 1 Corinthians 14, verse 37 says, if anyone thinks that he is a prophet or he's spiritual, let him recognize that the things that I write to you, I don't know. And this other guy today says, I don't even know if Paul realized what he was writing was going to be Scripture. These things that I write to you are what? Say it out loud.
Lord's commandment.
The Lord's commandment. And if anyone doesn't recognize this, well, that's his prerogative. That's his right. Is that what he said? What does he say? Read it. He is not recognized. Right? So Paul says, I'm telling you the things that are God's commands. And Paul understood that, and he said that to the Corinthians. He said it in another place to the Corinthians. Let's look at 1 Corinthians again. And that's chapter 2. 1 Corinthians chapter 2. And beginning with verse 12, it says, now we have received not the spirit of the world, but the Spirit who is, not it is, or that way, who is, a person, who is from God, that we might know the things freely given to us by God. Which things we, that's the apostles, also speak. We speak these things not in words taught by human wisdom. It's not from my learning, or that I was a doctor of theology, which is what a Pharisee was back in the first century. They were doctors of the law. And so he's saying, no, this is not from my human wisdom that we're speaking these things. But, in contrast to that, we're speaking these things in those taught by the Spirit. Combining spiritual thoughts with what? Spiritual words. So the very words that we're choosing are directed by the Spirit. But I see Paul's personality in these things. Paul's style. Paul talks about his life. Isn't that amazing? How the Spirit can still work through all of that. Now, the natural man doesn't understand these things. They don't accept this. That's the next verse. They don't accept the things of the Spirit of God for their stupidity, their foolishness to him. And he can't understand them. They have eyes to see, they can't see. They have ears to hear. They have a heart, but they do not understand. Why? Because they're spiritually appraised. You know, appraised, what appraised means? When you appraise, if you go to a jewelry store and they appraise a diamond for you, what does that mean?
Certified authenticity.
It's what? Value, what it's worth, its authenticity. They appreciate it for what it's worth. That's why we either appreciate or depreciate in value things. A collectible car can become something that appreciates in value. A diamond can go something that which appreciates rather than depreciates in value. A Ford depreciates in value. I'm kidding. Unless you have a 65 Mustang convertible. My wife and I, just before we got married, we sold her 64 and a half Mustang for $850. Right now it'd be worth about $40,000. In the condition it was in. Unbelievable. But they're spiritually appraised. But he who is spiritual, he appraises or he values, he checks out, he examines, literally examines all things. Yet he himself is examined by no man. So, as we go into this study, you may want to argue on behalf of a practice, or you may know somebody that will want to argue on behalf of an approach to church leadership. Be careful. Be careful. Now, when we organize the church, there are certain things. We want tax-exempt status, right? So that our people can contribute to us and get a tax write-off for their contribution. And we'd like certain tax breaks for the church property and so on and so forth. So, whatever state you're in, there are different criteria to meet the tax-exempt status. And then when you do that within that state, it's passed on. And you either do it, I forget which way you do it now. I know that we filed as a 501c3 or as a tax-exempt organization or a religious organization. And then you got to go to your federal, your IRS, and apply for a number. So you can get your federal ID. Now, in order to do that, they require a set of bylaws. Right? They require your corporate certificates, which also has your bylaws and your church officers. Show me. Show me. Oh, not in this book. Not in this book, right. So, we do some things to satisfy that. In my mind, that's the only reason why I've ever done it, is to satisfy them with that. And then I never look back. Those documents, I guess I know where to dig them up if I had to, collecting dust somewhere or in a yellowing paper from age. But I don't bring that out and go over that and say, now, the president of this organization, along with the vice president and its secretaries and the treasurer and the legal counsel in this board of directors, show me.
Being a part of that study segment. I promise you that, Lord willing, there's more to come. With the understanding that the mind can only absorb what the seat can endure, many of these studies have been broken up into a series of bite-sized segments. So be sure to look for the next segment in each Bible study subject, so you won't miss out on any important information. Please like and subscribe if you feel that this lesson's helped you, and God bless you in your search for truth.